Hello and welcome to another Let's Play. Me, GamerWolfSix of Running with Rifles. On the last Let's Play, we went to a new area, aka here, and I'm doing well. A lot better than the previous area. Since the previous area mainly consisted of me dying quite frequently and doing my damnness to take areas, only to have them lost moments later. Need to clear out of that area. And now, things are a lot easier, they're a lot better. We got tanks available, and I don't have to steal them. And we got orders quite frequently of them. Kill that guy, please. Thank you. Now let's take the safe way to get off this thing. Oh yeah, and I'm a second lieutenant now. Heen. I really like games, not specifically this one, but in general, where it's like, hey, if you do side stuff, things get a lot easier, you know? Like, let's say, what's that one game? Well, how about you kill those guys just because? Fallout New Vegas. Like, when you're trying to retake Nelson, and it's like, hey, you can try and take it right away, but you got like two reinforcement dudes that just have pistols and whatnot because morale is non-existent. Or you can, you know, do things to improve morale. We were lucky. That's not so lucky. Why'd you guys go that way? Cool. Let's see if we can take the airport. Survey says no. Because apparently the enemy's got these things called tow missiles. And they're a bitch. It's not mistletoe, it's tow missile. I'm trying to do dieting just a little bit because I feel fat. I feel terrible because it's like, I feel fat. At which point I'm like, I should diet. And we don't have the gym available because of the coronavirus. Hey, first world problems. And so, like, I just haven't been to the gym. Because, like, just been tired and busy and a whole bunch of bullshit. God damn it. But, no tanks? Okay. And stuff, and I'm like, I feel fat. And I'm like, on a random whim, I was like, I'm gonna weigh myself. Now, normally I'm somewhere between 160, 165 pounds and muscle and stuff like that. It kind of is an unfortunate thing to feel when you're like, I feel fat. Let me weigh myself. Oh, not only do I feel fat, but I've lost weight. So it's probably not fat that I've lost, it's muscle. Really? I was very much being like, I should probably get out of this tank. You know why? I mean, this vehicle. You know why? Because we might get hit with a missile. At which point we got hit with a missile. God, I really need to figure out how to download and play, what's it called? Battlefield 1942. That's a great game. Because at least in these things, like, if I can't take the last thing, then I can just be like, oh, we can just wait out the tickets. Because if you've never played that game, it's basically, hey, capture these points. And usually there's something where, like, even if both sides have all the points, you know, capture points, then one has at least one more than the other. So the one that has the least loses tickets, which are the, you know, revive things, at which point, you know, then things get a bit easier. Come on. Thank you. Oh, kill that bitch specifically. Come on. Shoot. This is a... I try not to use the word... a certain bad word. But that's a certain type of that. It's like, wow. I love it when one of the few things on the battlefield is right up directly in front of us. The one thing we can use to fight it, we have, and we can use it on the enemy. In which case, my guy looks at the enemy, then looks away from the enemy, being like, oh, but there's some other thing we can shoot. We can what about that one dude over there? And it's like, don't know if that guy has anti-tank capabilities, but I know that the APC does have tank capabilities, and it is quite, you know, nicely taking down our health. So if you don't mind. Are you fucking me? They're fucking me. Give me that tank, you cunt. Oh, shit. Guys, get in the tank. Shoot. Oh, wait. It's friendly tank? Cool. Why do we have so many friendly tanks? Okay, time to slowly work our way into the area. I was about to say, at least we still have the bridge, but we don't have the bridge. No, it's Rambo. I should watch those movies, you know? Wait, I'm higher ranked than Rambo? Huh. Well, I guess Rambo was just some... Was he a Special Forces dude? Is he below a lieutenant? I like the idea of that movie. Like, I wonder how it was received back then. Because that is a definitely harsh movie, because if you've never seen it, the synopsis is, hey, this veteran from Vietnam rolls into a town so that, like, because, like, a friend died there, or is he visiting a friend or something, at which point the local police harass him. So... Oh, okay. Anyway. And... like, drive him out of town. But then he kind of walks back into town, at which point they, I think they get, like, really fucking aggressive, which triggers his PTSD, and then he starts, like, fighting dudes, and it gets extremely violent. I don't think he intentionally kills a cop. And it ends with, you know, his superior telling him to stand down, and he stands down. Because, hey, this guy has PTSD. Should be real. Probably should sit here for a bit while the green guys, mosey on in. Oh, I see their things are there. Should probably not go through the front door, you know? Just a thought with all these tow missiles just all over the heckin' place. God damn it. What is up with these hills? It's like any vehicle comes across these hills and it's all of a sudden like, oh my god. An M1 like, what's gonna win? An M1 Abrams tank or a small incline, otherwise known as a hill? Motherfucker. What's gonna win? An M1 Abrams tank or a small chain link fence? Ooh. What's it called? F-22. Now, can you please shoot those guys? Like, I wonder how well a movie like that would be portrayed in, like, this day and age, where it's like, okay, so how we treat our veterans, not very good. I probably should sit there while our guys respawn. Respawn. Or saying, hey, policemen can be assholes. Because, good God. Into this day and age, you can't really swing that cat around too easily without hurting someone's feelings. You know, the whole Blue Lives Matter thing. Oh no. People saying Black Lives Matter because black people get shot at a lot and killed. This ain't good. Okay. That tank's fucked. I'm not sure if it was saying that the war in Vietnam was unjustified. I think I hear my next door neighbor hitting their fist on the table. Which out of all the things they do is probably the least, like, bothersome. Because let's be honest. Like, I might hit my table in anger or, like, accidentally kick a wall or something like that. That stuff just happens. It's when, like, yeah! Fuck you, fuck you, fuck you, fuck you! Like, loud. Like, I say fuck you a bunch, like when playing this game. But then it's like, other times, not so much. Well, I don't do it loudly and obnoxiously. Motherfucker. No, tank again. Anyone? Oh yeah, or when they play loud-ass music. Like, these walls are nice and thick. They're not like from my old college where, you know, the walls would be thin enough you could hear somebody farting. Or it's easy to hear conversation or anything like that. These walls are thick enough, especially for college standards, that when I first came here, I thought that for some reason, even though these apartments are supposed to, you know, be filled up fast, for some reason I was the only one here. And then I would leave my apartment and see the light on in the next, like, outside in the next thing, and I'm like, oh, huh, I guess there are people here. And then when, you know, they had to rip out the walls because mold, or, you know, the covering of it, I saw that it's like Pink Panther soundproofing stuff, and it's like, oh, that's great. Which really does say quite a bit when it's like, oh, I have a noisy next door neighbor because, hey, when I just, they make enough noise that they can go through this soundproofing quite well. Okay, that's fine, but we did get our flank, you know, done. And it looks like a hard place to attack, too. And they have country music. Like, some country music, fine. Others, just not so much. Clint Eisenhower. That's weird. It was really weird when I was play testing a game, or playing a game, trying to figure out how to make it work. Well, trying to figure out how I can actually do well in the game. This land is my land. And there's this one point where it was like, hey, find out who this bastardo is. And I saw the guy's name and it was Clint Eastwood. I mean, I guess you can, like, vote who the guy is, but it's like, not sure exactly what a little on the nose is, but that seems like a very apt word for Clint Eastwood being one of the, white people. Probably being very dickish to the Native Americans. Or, at the very least, unsympathetic. I can't remember what that one movie was called that we watched. It's not like The Remainders or something like that. It was a movie about, hey, here's this family living in like, come on, shoot that guy, thank you. Living on, the prairies or whatever, and they get called out to deal with some natives that were stealing cattle or something like that, or killing cattle, but that turned out to be a ruse to get, all the people with the guns to leave so that they can attack the farmstead. And what the fuck's that, a gem? I kind of want, but oop. Guys, shoot. Thank you. I'm gonna get that gem. And on the one hand, the movie does seem to be like, okay, what the fuck, you're kind of the regular movies with regards to depicting Native Americans, because like they kill like everybody in the place, and like steal like one of the girls who then becomes a wife of the chief or something like that, and I think rape and murder is another one. It's like, wow, this seems to be very depicting Native Americans in a very bad light. And then later it's like, oh, this guy's super, oh yeah, and then it's like, also, hey, here's these other women that have been traumatized by Native Americans. But then it also kind of takes a different turn where it's like, oh, hey, like, the main character's, like, dude or whatever, is, like, super fucking racist towards Native Americans, and there's some sympatheticness. Like, I think it was, made in the 70s or something like that, so ahead of its time, but not by much. But then another movie that's ahead of its time is Giant. Which, if you've never seen that movie, it's like, it's basically a northwesterny woman gets infatuated with and quickly marries a Texan rancher dude. And it's basically about their life. And he has a farmhand who I don't think isn't initially, but quickly becomes an alcoholic. But that guy makes it big in the oil industry. The other guy. And how it's ahead of its time is because, like, the characters... I really need to take that place before we run out of time. Don't have a lot of time. Is that, like, when one of... Okay, good enough. When, like, I'm not sure if it's a farmhand or wife of a farmhand, but, like, basically one of the people, one of the Mexican... Like, his wife is like, wow, we really kind of dicked over the Mexicans, because, like, it used to be their land, then we kind of walked in on their land, and then Texas, like, violently succeeded, and we supported them, and then we annexed Texas, kind of thing. At which point, you know, the Texas Ranger guy's like, that's some woman speak right there. And, right, forgot about the toes. Yeah, can you point your thing over in that direction, please and thank you? But then, like, one of the children of the farmhands is sick, so she, you know, implores that the come on, can you fucking shoot the thing? It's a big target. She implores that the that the family doctor goes to, you know, help the child get better, which she does, and then there's this okay, spoiler alert, there's this heartbreaking scene where that kid's joins the military for World War II, and his family's proud. I think the rancher guy's proud, and then he comes home, and you see a bunch of people standing by a train. The train leaves, and you just see a coffin, just, you know, left behind. And it's like, oh, wow. That's some major stuff right there. Just, like, World War II, definitely justified war. Like, you'd have to really pull some, like, things to go, hey, World War II wasn't a justified war for America to be in. But, yeah. That's when shit kind of got real. You might keep this Let's Play going just so we can finish off this area. Please don't stand directly behind or in front of said tank. Because we're going to be moving back and forth quite a bit. Oh, that was a close one. I'm gonna scan these guys to make sure that no one's throwing a grenade or anything like that. Nope. Saw that one a bit too late. I'd really like to finish these guys off. But then, yeah, it's like... you gotta be fucking me, really? Can we, like, knock him out of that tank? Nope. Okay. It's like, hey, everything's going well. Oh, they brought military vehicles. Fantastic. Well, they brought heavy military vehicles. But then, yeah, you know, wife and rancher guy have children, and one of them marries one of the Mexicans, which he's very against, but eventually warms up to. And there's this funny part where, you know, he sees, like, his first child, where it was, like, you know, two white people, and he's smiling, and then... Oh, you gotta be fucking me. And then there's this second child, and one with the with the Mexican lady, and has a begrudging face. He's begrudging, but he eventually warms up. Oh, and then he does get into a fight later at the end of the movie where he fights but loses against a dude who, yeah, motherfucker, who, it would be nice if they could bring tanks, because we don't have the time to do that. We just had the time to hopefully hold on that thing. But yeah, when somebody's denying foods to a Mexican person because, hey, people be racist. It's a really good movie. It's a long movie, too. Because, hey, it's about a life story. Can you guys die already? We're running out of space. Oh, fantastic. And we miss. I hate how, like, I can have my thing directly on the enemy, but we miss anyways. Well, that's gonna be the end of this Let's Play. Bugger my ass. So, please comment, because I like comments. Tell me what you like, dislike, tips, tricks otherwise. If you like my YouTube and would like to see it grow, then please like, subscribe, and check out other videos to help it grow. And please remember to spay and neuter your animals to help control the pet population. And until next time, let's be me, GamerWolfSix of running with rifles. See ya.